Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is day 2, part 2 of our stream, and we'll try to get right back into it. I won't chat for long. There are some things that we did. We ran into a problem yesterday where first I stopped. I, the big first oops was that I left it on this screen instead of switching the scenes, and the second one was that I at the end it crashed. So my PC should be strong enough to handle uh you know doing all this from one computer instead of having multiple computers to help make it a better stream. But some of my settings were a little off, so I adjusted those. We'll see if that goes better. I also noticed that I was fading in and out when we spoke on the microphone, so I've moved this closer to see if that will help. I always wondered why people had the microphone right up next to their face, and now I know. You kind of slip in and out. So, yeah. Not a lot going on other than the update that we talked a little bit about yesterday and touched base on. If you remember from our previous game, we made it all through the introduction area. We created our character, we went through the introduction area, and now we're at the new Defender's Heart. I believe that's what it's called, or we're close to the tavern where your first line of defense is, and that's where we left off. We haven't actually left the tavern or done anything just yet. So yeah, should be a good time. As for the length of stream and how long it will go, I really don't know. That's why I don't put a limiter on there. I will say that tomorrow, I believe, let me double check here. I have listed that we're going to start streaming, but I also would like to remind you guys that I have an upgrade coming for our internet speed here. So that's going to cause me to be a little sporadic. So I'm going to edit that schedule and get that corrected. But that's why I won't be here. We have a big upgrade coming. Um, okay. Well, I don't know really what else to talk about at the moment, so let's just jump into this and get it started, shall we? Oh, so I did move the camera up at the top because I noticed in the stream you guys couldn't see the images of the people that were talking and stuff like that. I smoke, so don't do that. It's real bad. Let's continue our playthrough. So we'll go over a few things real quick. We're right where we left off. But let's go over our character. We're playing an Oracle. We're lawful good. We're an Aasimar, so we've got the angel blood in us, and we're going to follow the mythic path of angel into us. Our biggest direct, what we do is we're a frontline fighter. We've taken the paths. Let's see if I can find him here. All right, we've taken the battle path. We've taken the leadership for the background. We took lame for the movement speed. And for our next oracle, I believe we took... we did not take weapon proficiency. That's just automatic. It came with our background. We did take the next level of Oracle, though, and I believe that was Weapon Master is what we took. Okay, so that's kind of our character. We focus mostly on a double-handed greatsword and heavy armor. Then we have Lan, and Lan is a monk, then archer. So he focuses almost completely on archery and uses his wisdom as the primary score to accomplish that. But he's got a pretty decent dex and strength as well. So he's overall a good character. It's his personality that I can't really wrap my head around. But yeah, he's a Zen archer. We have Camilla, and she is a spirit hunter, and in short, that's kind of like a cleric and a rogue combined together with some hexes and stuff like that. She uses a rapier. She's almost completely focused on dexterity. We took the ice plant, which is the natural armor for her first hex, and then we're going to pick up the ring that amplifies that even further. And then we have Sela, and Sela is a paladin. She is our frontline tank. We focused on longsword. That's the weapon of choice that we're going to go with her. She's heavy armor, really making her out to be quite the tank. And then the Radiance sword that we picked up in that hidden room inside the original area is something that we're going to want to keep. We will eventually outgrow it, but we'll want to keep it because it can be upgraded to one of the strongest swords in the game. And we'll go through that as we go through the story. So I do want to let's see. I think yeah, we have to set up her spells real quick. Don't smoke. The full strength. This is kind of like her auto spell, like just something that she's really good at. I forget the proper name of it. Sorry, guys. And then we'll take Cure Wounds. We have lesser restoration already because of our race. So we'll take... These protections from alignments are really strong, so we'll take that. Check our first level spells. Let's grab Bless for that spell. We don't memorize slots, we just get spells per day. And the spells we picked up were Bless, Cure Light Wounds, we get automatically, Divine Favor, Enlarge we got automatically, and then we picked up Shield of Faith as well. Okay. Check our items real quick so I can remember what we were doing. Oh, right. We need to go and pick up Warjoff down there. We got permission to bring him along. So he's down here in the dungeon, if you remember right. We already opened up the secret door that was down here, so we just need to go and get him out of here.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me? You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin, get these bracelets of yours on.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got.
You're a bitter little...
So if you don't remember, I tend to speed through a lot of this text, and that's because I've put about 100 hours into the game, but I have never gotten past Act 3. In fact, I've barely gotten into Act 3. I always end up restarting or something goes on, and I have to stop and start over again. So I've got 100 hours of just the first couple of acts, so I'm really familiar with what's being said and what's going on. I will give you brief overviews of what that is, but if you're looking for somebody that's going to read every text and stuff like that, that's not me. So we got Warjeff. We can ask more about him. And this kind of goes into... He's a con artist. It basically... telling you about his family, but he doesn't really tell you about his family. You ask if he, you know, if he's a devil, if he's a demon, because he's a tiefling. Talks a little bit about that. And then you can ask him about this shadow. And this is kind of cool, because when he does it, everybody in the room freaks out, see? And they go bailing. Like, oh my gosh. We are lawful. We could go with I don't like it. Demon magic is nothing to be proud of. We could go with it's a harmless illusion, but be careful how you use it. Or we could go with, you know, it's formidable, or none of these, and just go with it's not the strangest thing I've seen. Which I think we're going to do, or we'll just go with good. We are a lawful character, but I don't want to push too hard right now. Okay, so that's it. Now, I think we need to equip him real quick with his spells and his weapons, because he has some pretty unique spells. Let's get rid of color spray and burning hands. We'll take another grease and mage armor. We're not going to keep him around very long. The sooner we get some other NPCs, the better. This is why we had that weapon. We went through all that problems to get that weapon. Here it is here. We're going to equip that on him now. You'll notice if you look in the... if you look over here, you'll see his plus to attack and his plus to attack. His damage for each of these daggers and his AC are the 3 things we really want to focus on. His AC won't be affected by this, but let's watch what happens when we add this short sword. So none of his attacks changed, and that's because of the size of the weapon is a short sword. If you had equipped it a larger weapon, then these would change. But what did change was his damage. We were doing 6 through 9, now we're doing 3 through 13, plus 1d6, plus 1d6 fire damage. It's a hell of a buff. So that was the weapon that we went through all that trouble to go through. And as for the glaive, so that we're not weighed down by it, let's go to our personal chest. Dump that in there for now. And we can also put that book we learned things from. I tend to keep all the books that we find. And that's it. Remember these scales that give life. You can use them, but the you need at least one if you want to follow the path of the mythic dragon. We don't, but you need one. Let's learn this. It's a recipe for food when we do start cooking. And we'll quickly sell these few items and then we'll get out of here. So some of the adjustments that I made to the stream, because I am new at this, was I changed the encoding. I was using the Navitic coding, and I have a feeling that even though I've got this RTX and stuff, it's just that is a problem. So I want to see how the game runs and how everything runs streaming-wise with the 264. And we added a like a chat image, so if you say something, it'll pop up on stream. Because I noticed, you know, when I upload this to YouTube, nobody's gonna know what you guys are saying, so I added that on there. We already spoke with her. Okay, so we need to go out here. Now with the Radiance, like I said, you'll move on from that sword eventually, but you'll come back to it. It becomes one of the strongest swords in the game. And in order for us to upgrade that sword, we need to do a few things. One of those things is here now. Let's first snag all this junk that's around the area. Backseating is totally allowed. If you guys see something that I'm missing or something that I need to do, please do feel free to share that with me. Okay, so this is Joran. You remember that guy that's, you know, was dating the demon, and the dwarf that was dating the demon, and he betrayed everybody and stuff? This is his brother. So if we go through and we find all that out, that's pretty much what we learn, is that it's his brother, that he'd do anything for his brother. And, you know, we find out who he is. And then this question is what's important. Do you recognize this sword? This is going to allow us to upgrade the sword for the first time later in the story. And then we can show wares. We can see if he has anything. At the moment, we don't have a lot of money, and he doesn't have a lot to offer. So, and that never really changes too much. Let's run around real quick and grab all the junk. You know me. If you can hold it, I want it. Need the money. Don't think there's anything else over here. Ooh, my lips are super dry today. Alright, we'll go inside again real quick. we're going to buy a couple of things, which is why we grab all this stuff. If you remember, we're just going to buy a couple of items real quick that'll give us an edge on some of this fighting. Now, I will emphasize that we are on a time limit at the moment. And that's not like a countdown timer exactly, but it's important that you acknowledge this, because resting is going to cause you to fail some of these missions that we have. All we're doing now is finding out more about him. We don't need to. I don't even know why I did it. It's kind of more habit than anything else. But, oh, you find out, this is where you find out more than, you know, that he was, more than just a friend with Wandalog, that he had a relationship with her. Then you can go through and find out more about the First Crusade and who the mongrels really are and how they relate to that crusade. Ask him how his life is on the surface. That's it. All right. So that's, I think, all we needed to do. We already talked to her, right? All right. That's all we needed to do in here. So we are going to begin our little adventure in earnest. We're not in the tutorial anymore, so things do get hard and they can get overwhelming, even on normal mode. So it's important that you pay attention to all that. All right, let's bring him into the party. I changed my coffee cup too, so I don't have to take breaks all the time and run get coffee. I noticed a lot of streamers were using big old mugs. I couldn't figure out why until I started streaming myself. And I realized they run out of stuff to drink pretty quickly. Let's move him over here. Okay, so some of the things that we need to hit right away is the Black Library. There are some people in there that are in danger, and if we sleep and we take a lot of time going from one area to the next, they're going to get killed. Another area we need to hit, if we want the story that goes with it, is this Tower of Estrad. If we don't hit that fast enough, then we'll still be able to do it, but we won't get the story that goes with it. Now, these back areas, I tend to hit them at the end, because crossing this ravine right here can take a lot of your time. What we need to do first, and then we're going to spend some time in the market square as well, and what makes that difficult is because we have to in order to come up here. But what makes spending time in the market square difficult is you can't really rest. I mean, if you're resting, then, you know, you're going to miss out on all this other stuff. So we have to do all this push to handle this stuff, and it gets pretty difficult because you need to rest, and you really can't. This pressure is only now. Once you pass this part, they take a lot of that pressure off of you. So we're going to go up to the Tiefling hideout first, which you find out from Wandalug. And he is a lot like Wandalug.
Ask nicely.
So that we can give more information on him a little bit. Wolfgar, or whatever his name is a lot like Camilla. He's an Eltric scoundrel. So he's a thief, but he's also a wizard. Same concept as her, except he's a little better at it. The problem is that they keep pushing him in the auto leveling system and stuff like that into a more direct combat fighter and stuff, and he's just not good at it. Like, just doesn't have the stats to support what they're trying to push him into. He is a good character, though. He is fun to play. He's very helpful, but there are better characters, and we will find them, especially since we are not a wizard. We really need a powerful wizard, and we get one. She's very funny. So that'll work out. Where we've gone to here, you find out more about Wolf. I wish I could say his name, guys. We'll just call him Wolf. You find out more about Wolf here, that he's part of this Tiefling-only Thieves Guild. And they are super pissed at him because they think he betrayed them. We can do our lawful action and say that they need proof, and then why do we think that he's the traitor? And they go through their reasoning and stuff like that. We tell them that the whole city is on fire and burning and the demons are everywhere. And then we ask him what his story is about the situation. We ask about this necklace he seems obsessed with, which is this moon necklace. And after that explanation of things, we tell them that we will find the real traitor. Now, once we find the real traitor, there are some checks that you can make here regarding her, diplomacy-wise, which you'll see later as we finish this up. I smoke. Don't smoke. It's real bad. There are some checks that we can do that will open up this back door. Now, you can open this even if you fail these checks, but the difference is there will be a ring in there that's super helpful if you meet both those checks. If we try to go to that back area right now, she'll tell us to knock it off and not to go back there. Alright, so we're off to find out who the traitor is. Okay, so these two are kind of the same. You remember how I told you I set up my party, right? It's kind of like a fan. These two are mid-range fighters, right? So they cast their spells, they run in on the sides. These two are tanks and fighters up front, so they stay up front and they charge up and do their attacks. And Lan is a archer, so we keep him off to the side. I guess we don't have to keep him off to the side, but we keep him near the back, and then we keep our mages in the very back. Alright.
Focus on the goal.
Now that we've got that part, we have to go back here to the Defender's Heart and talk to what's-her-face, the orc chick, to find out more about this robbery they're accusing him of betraying them on. Because they were doing a job and stealing a bunch of stuff, and it got botched, and Wolf got caught. There's our cleave. Again, I don't use cleave. We probably won't need guidance anymore. Let's move less over here. Angel's Light we have now. That's one of our natural abilities. And then we also have Treat Affliction. Now, Treat Affliction won't heal a person, but it will remove disease and it will remove poison from a character. And we can do that once per day on the character. But Light of Angels, pretty cool. You summon a soothing light, warms your allies, obscures your vision of the enemy, obscures the vision of the enemies, and it's a 20-foot radius. You can see the radius there. And you get one temporary hit point for 1 hour, and the enemies become dazzled for 1d4 rounds. It's not very useful later in the game, but for right now it is pretty useful. So all we need to do here is go in and talk to, I forget her name. I'm really bad with names. But we need to talk to this chick up here and ask about the traitor. She tells us that it's weird that we're handling a thief situation in the middle of this demon crisis, and we're like, so what? So she trusts us to handle that. She gives us the location of the stolen moon. That's all we need. Remember, we're kind of on a time crunch, so we can't really afford to wait around for hours and stuff because time is passing. That is one of the things I wish they would show us in the game somewhere, is that time is passing. What time of day it is, how many hours and stuff like that. This is just some random thing that you picked up on the map. You'll see them from time to time with your, with your perception. They'll pop up from time to time. Where we need to go is this Shop of Wonders. That's where we're headed. Okay. If I remember right, there's nothing dangerous in here, but this is where we get our sword. Well, you'll see right here.
Now what is that?
Alright, so we get the talking weapon here. This guy is pretty cool. It is a weapon that can be turned into any kind of weapon you want. He does get upgraded later as well. You find out that he was a Pathfinder. As more time goes on, you start to find out that he's not fully aware of his situation. And he also, I believe, I don't know for sure, he's been cursed into this weapon. And he's been this way for a long time. So, he's super unique. We're going to use him right now. How you use him is you bring up your inventory. Oh, look, we got some strong lockpicks. Let's add those to her belt. Just having them on her belt gives her a +1 competence bonus to trickery. How you use him is he's right here. And you click this button. Then you can talk to him. We'll do that in just a sec. But what we want to do is switch over the type of weapon that he currently is into a greatsword. And then to use this weapon, we just grab it from here and drag it over and drop it. And now we have him as a greatsword. He's not super powerful yet. He's just a +1 weapon with cold iron, which is good against demons. And he's also got ghost touch, which allows you to attack ghosts and stuff. And that's how you use him. If you start the dialogue, it brings this up. And here you find out more about the Pathfinder Society. You can talk to him and ask him if he realizes he's a weapon. Ask him about his career as a Pathfinder. If he remembers anything about his thing, ask him what happened to the ward stones. Tell him that he's not human. And he kind of argues with you a little bit. Ask him if he can commune with spirits. You can find out more about the Pathfinder Society right here. And doesn't really go into detail, but he will later when you speak to somebody that knows about the Pathfinders. Alright, so that is our game acting up again. It let us save it, but it looks like I crashed again. You know, this could be because I'm running everything in HD. Everything is maxed out, and that could be the situation here. So let me quickly adjust this. I'll get this fixed up real quick. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know. I really don't know how else to handle this other than how I'm doing it now. The troubles of being a new streamer, right? Mistakes are going to happen. So what I want to do real quick is just change the settings. We'll drop the graphics down. See if that resolves our issue. I'm not a fan of playing in anything less than 4K, but I was able to save. So we should be able to jump right back into it. Alright. We're just going to run around. There's nothing overly valuable in here except over there. There's a couple of things.
Might be trapped, might be treasure.
That's our first pet. I'll show you how these little pets work. So you just take your pet, you drop him onto your thing. What he'll do when he's out, he's a pipe fox, is he'll give us +3 to insight on knowledge for Arcana, which is a skill that we have, and he'll give a +2 to perception checks. And we don't have to do anything with him, and he can't be attacked. You go to your belt, and you just click him, and now he's out. He's a creepy looking snake that's part fox.
Watch out for trouble.
Now we're gonna come over to this golem, and here we get to find out who created him, if they saw anybody suspicious, particularly tieflings. We ask about the male that it saw. We ask about a middle-aged tiefling and a female tiefling. And then we ask where their master is, where the basement is, and we're done. Then we just have to move him, this old golem that got trashed, out of the way. Hey, Sally B, thanks for following. That's very cool of you.
I hope you appreciate this.
We're just gonna grab these things. There's nothing really special here. We're good, so we're just gonna tell him to calm down. But I really want to play evil, so we can just tell him to shut it, or he'll pay with his life, things like that. The evil just has so much more fun for things you can tell people. All we're doing is going over what happened. And then here we're trying to convince him to explain things. And we're not bad at bluffing. It's a little harder to bluff than to intimidate, but we'll try bluffing first. We got it. So we can ask about the tieflings that came and robbed him. Now that we found everything out, we can leave. We know who the tiefling that robbed him is. Go up here. Do have to read that. Like I said, I've been through this so many times, it's not really a big deal. But you do need to read that if you want to know who the tiefling was that robbed them. Between the evidence that you have and Woldriff, you find out pretty quickly. Now we're going to go back in and tell them the results. Alright, we are going to save here because, like I said, there is a nice ring that we want to get from these diplomacy checks. Go in and see how this goes. Take a good look at the suspects. And we're ready to give a name. The person that you want had a green cloak, which is this guy right here. And if you go over him with the mouse, you'll find out his name is Melrune. So you can accuse him of that. Yeah, he had a green cloak and red hair. The other guy's got a green cloak and brown hair, or black hair. This particular group is, it's all tieflings. They only accept tieflings into their thieves group. Now we're going to, you know, she pretty much says that it's good that he didn't betray her, and you ask if you can join the family. She says, no, you're not a tiefling. And then, what are you going to do with him? They tell you not to ask. And then he says, you owe me an apology, and this is our first check. We need to hit this. We did. And then, you want to hit it again, and have her apologize to you as well for making you deal with this nonsense. I don't know if we're going to hit this one. I usually don't, so let's try. Ah, we got it. Cool. So, now that we have that, she apologizes because we scared her, and she gave us the vault key. instead of having to pick this lock, we can just open it now. And the difference between picking it and opening it is because she gave that to us, she left that ring in here. So let's go get it. Let's save again in case we miss our perception check. There's a hidden room in here.
Keep your calm.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
I am helpful, am I not?
Alright, so here's that ring I was talking about. And we'll find out what that does in just a sec. Let's open this door for the hidden room. Get the rest of this junk. I do not know what books give you skills or not, so I tend to read them all just like that. You just right click and open it, make sure that you're selected on one character. Let's find out what that ring was and why I wanted it so badly. So you can see this ring, whenever the person that's wearing it shoots the enemy, and he's engaged in combat, the enemy gets a -1 to their attack rolls for 1 round. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but for Land, who's nothing but an archer, it's a huge deal. So that's that. We're done with the first part. Remember, we cannot rest. We really have to try and get through all of our stuff because we're on this time limit. Don't smoke. It's real bad for you. It's nasty. So we can go back to the Defender's Heart and talk to him and get more information. But we really don't have time for that. So we're just going to go directly to the next part of our stage. The only reason we're going to the Market Square right at this moment is because we're going to pick up our NPC. And then we're going to go right into... We're going to leave the Market Square again and go right to the tower. One of the things that we want to be careful with is using our spells and stuff, because we're not going to be able to rest for a while.
Can we retreat already?
And it looks like she does need to rest to get these spells recharged, so we may have to at some point. If you bring up Camilla's belt, she has a couple of things. She has her Ghost Blade. You don't need to bar this because it just stays on. And all it does is allow her to attack... it allows her to attack incorporeal people. And then there's this, which is the Battle Spirit. It's kind of like an aura that surrounds her and her allies, giving a +1 to attack rolls and stuff. Is it an aura or is it just for her? Yeah, it's an aura. Land picked up Kai powers, so if you right-click on this, then you can trigger it so that he uses it until it's gone. If you left-click it, you can just use it the once. And what it does, it recharges every day. It can be used as a swift action, and it gives him 1 additional attack with some bonuses. She picked up her healing hands. And we also picked up her mercy, which means if anybody is fatigued when she uses healing hands on them, she'll remove fatigue. Alright. That's it. It was just a quick skirmish. I usually don't find anything in the area for these skirmishes, so we won't even bother looking. We'll just leave here again real quick. Oh, I'm muted? Hold on, oh my gosh. I'm muted right now? Okay, well, I'm having a problem with my stream setup when I try to play this game, which my computer should be more than capable of playing. It you know, I was playing on 4K graphics, everything maxed out, plus I'm streaming, plus I'm recording, and stuff like that. So whenever I do that, I seem to crash at some point or another, and it's just taken a while to get it all set up. I do have a lot of things coming, though. I have a better camera, a pro camera coming. I have internet. I just burned the hell out of myself. I have internet coming, uh, higher speeds. One gig is being installed tomorrow. Okay, so just turning down the graphics seems to have fixed the problem. I appreciate that, though. Uh, it was something I was meaning to ask you. I saw your setup. If anybody that's watching, if you haven't seen Sally before, he does some amazing stuff himself. But I saw your stream; it looked so good, and I just wasn't sure why I wasn't able to, you know, to run things the same. I am, yeah, because I send the videos over to YouTube for later. You think that's what's really doing it?
For me.
I did not know that. That is super helpful to know. Thank you. That would probably help quite a bit. I changed the encoder from the NASDAQ encoder to the 264, which puts more pressure on the processor instead of the graphics card, but I couldn't, I assumed that that was one of the problems that I had with the stream. Very good to know. Thank you so much. We are just looking for our NPC real quick, and then we're going to get out of this area. We will come back here and do a much more detailed search. But this is Ember, and that's who we're looking for.
We'll make this quick. I don't know. Listen,
If you haven't played the game, I recommend that you come and read through all this. Ember is one of my favorite characters. She's very innocent. She's very naive. She has this ultimate forgiving attitude, and her story is just horrific, and I haven't even gotten to the end of it yet.
but we have no other choice. Exactly.
So these guys were going to kill her. They were going to sacrifice her in order to get rid of demons and improve their own power. And she's forgiven them already. She's telling people not to fight them. We could be lawful here and say everybody can leave except the guy that did this. Let's do that.
Whose idea was it? Not mine, that's for sure. Well, it wasn't mine. That means... Wait, it's not...
Ah, they're gonna kill him. We're so messed up.
Good people ordering good people to kill other good people. None of them were cultists, you know. They just got... You came to help me. You saved one life. You took another. Was it worth it?
So I like
You know what, bud?
Ember the best. She's just
Don't be so...
she's super cool. She's super cheesy. She has she's poor. She has this history with Waljoff where, you know, when she was young, he used to throw rocks at her and stuff like that. And she like was just happy because they were having fun. She's that kind of a personality, and it's just really messed up. She is a witch, and so her spells are cast by day instead of by summon, and she's also focused on curing. So aside from having a mixture of wizard spells, she also has a mixture of curing spells. All right, we're gonna leave. We would normally stay. and finish this area out, but we're on a time limit. So we can't really mess around with all that. We have to go. So we're just going to skip by this and go straight to the tower. I don't remember this encounter. Oh, this is Nino. We got her pretty quick. Wow. She's very cool. So, I like her. Nino is one of those characters where you either...
Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck?
Hey, thanks a lot, Sally B. I appreciate it. All your help. I'm going to stop the recording here in just a second and readjust things so that the stream runs better. I do appreciate your assistance. And thanks for your support.
An audience. Problematic, but not critical.
Nino is one of those characters that you either love or you hate. She has chosen to forget everything in her life except what is critical to her current research, and it's given her a very unique personality. I like her. I like how obtuse and just non-caring to the world and to everything around her she really is.
I don't know her.
She's going to ask these cultists some questions for one of her research.
Greetings, boys and girls.
She looks like one of us. What?
Who? Oh, them. Just
And-
an audience. They don't matter.
Yeah.
Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment.
So we'll just stay silent.
Let's start with something simple. So here's my first.
We will not answer to you.
Our Lord can wield any kind.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his
Wow,
enemies with
I've never failed this check before. What happened here was a private check to see if you actually knew the answer to what she was saying. We're just going to stay silent.
Answers are wrong. But this experiment is
A bow. Of course, everybody.
Yep. And a cow.
We failed it again. I can't believe this, man.
It appears.
Damn it. She
Hey, take it easy.
And we failed again. No, we didn't fail this one.
Ask another one.
Is there any?
please ask me.
Hey, wait!
The experiment.
So now that they failed all these questions, which we did as well, which sucks, is
Instead, a typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence.
a couple of them decided to run off. Let's get her set up real quick before this fight so that we're more prepared. We're going to try not to use any spells because, again, we're not able to rest, so we will need them later for some of the fights. This is where we're going to get rid of Wardriff, and we're going to take Nino instead because she's a pure wizard. These guys are creepy. They show up all through the game. There is a reason for them. I haven't gotten too far into the story, but it is part of Nino's story.
The result is statistically predictable.
Don't smoke, it's bad.
Level. What about you, boy? Are you ready to answer?
Okay, so we failed this lore check as well, but luckily I know the answers. So let's do red and white, I think it was.
This answer is correct. It is comforting to meet at least one educated. Let's proceed. Did Aridin take part?
Aridin did not take part in the Crusades. He was dead before they started.
Your answer is correct. Aridin's death, your knowledge would make Mendev's crusade.
And then Aru Vorash is the architect of the World Wound. Oh, we passed that knowledge check.
That's correct. It seems to me that I owe you an explanation. My name is Nenio. I am an explorer. It is, and I must admit that yes.
I apologize for an
So
injury to your ego.
this is one of the things I like about her, but like I said, it kind of works off like,
I will forget it as
you know,
soon as I
why do you
finish.
keep calling me boy? I have a name. And then she pretty much tells you she's going to forget your name immediately. She barely remembers her own.
Do you wish to... Truth be told, I have no money to pay. Huh? What? Excellent. Your first assignment.
And we're going to get rid of Waldriff and take her instead. She's very powerful. We'll take our 2 wizards into the back. Drag him back a little bit more as well.
You require my unbiased
Let's
opinion?
bring her up. Now, unlike the others, she is a true wizard, so we have to learn spells for her. I'm not a fan of Snowball. If I was focused on Conjuration, maybe I would be, but I'm not. I prefer to just have a consistency of magic missiles flying off. Later, we will get rid of Mage Armor because, well, we can get rid of it right now, actually. Because Ember can cast it, so if we just share their spells, it'll be fine. I am a big fan of the Pit. I like it a lot. It's very helpful. Okay, let's go to our items real quick, and I'll show you what I mean by learning spells. If you right-click on the spell, you can copy the spell into her spell book. If she can learn it. And doesn't know it. I wish there was a button that we could just make all the spells that she's capable of learning learn at once. You have to do this with Wardriff as well. So if you keep him in your group and you want him to learn new spells, you have to do this. Alright. We're all squared away. She cannot use any real armor or anything. She's a wizard. So, yeah. We'll check her layout real quick. Bag that up there. She has this blinding ray, which isn't bad. It's not great, but it's okay for her natural ability. Alright. That takes care of everybody. Let's grab the stuff that's laying around here and head out. Hey, Tineezy, welcome back to the stream. Sally B was just here and gave me some really helpful tips on helping the stream run better and look a lot better. Yeah, let's let's do that real quick. Let's stop here real fast. And then while we're in that, I'm going to change my graphics back. I really don't like playing on these lower graphics like this. And while those graphics are increased, we will stop the recording that we are doing at the same time. And see if that improves anything like was recommended. And we're good to go. Let's continue. Baby. What just happened? There we go. Sorry, I know you guys don't like to sit around and see somebody messing with their stream. Don't smoke. Let's continue towards the Tower of Arad. These are those things I told you. Your perception's going to pick up different little items on the side of the road you can grab. Okay, so we come in here. We came here to do some investigating. You found that out from the orc chick. And these angels are here. Now, if you are playing an evil path, these spirits, sorry, they will attack you. If you're playing a really good path like we are, they're likely to give you bless. Yeah, so they blessed us. And that blesses right here. But what it does, they don't really tell us. They gave us angelic aspect. So it is a spell that we can look and see what it is. But it's a buff. They just don't go into details about what kind of buff. Let's save. There is a trick to this. This fight is quite difficult. So let's save. There are a lot of demons here. And you can rush into it, especially on normal mode. And you can handle it. But even on normal mode, it can be quite difficult. There is a trick that you can do to eliminate most, if not all of them. This is one of the speed limit things that we were on, the time limits. These two demons are here. They're arguing, and, you know, they want to fight the defender's heart and stuff like that. You kind of caught them in the middle of this conversation, and then they end up fighting each other because they disagree with how it should be done. And as you can see, defender's heart will fall. That attack is what is our time limit. If we take too long, that time limit's going to trigger, and we're going to have to deal with that attack.
I'd stay away from there right now.
Greybor is really cool. We don't get him for a while, but he is a dwarven assassin.
If the demons and their mortal agents, Greybor, don't even think.
Like when
Yeah, exactly like that. I'm afraid that's confidential. I have no
The city.
Yes.
So he says that he is been hired. He's been hired to kill that demon that we just saw, but he will not fight all those demons. And then Ember makes a comment. As I said, Ember's one of my favorite characters, and she makes a comment, you know, stating that that Greyborn is really sad, and he says that Ember's just way too innocent to be traveling around. This is the first step to our trick. I really want to do this. So we're going to save again. And we're going to try to make this check.
The mongrel did it.
Cool. So after you make that check, you're going to sneak down here. We're going to leave everybody there, and we're going to grab her. Well, let's bring everybody back up a little higher. Hopefully we can avoid starting a fight. We're going to grab Camilla, and we're going to push this button right here, which puts her into stealth mode. She's not great at stealth, but it might be high enough. We're going to sneak down here, and we're going to push this beam into those demons. And if we're lucky, they still won't know what the heck is going on. We can run over and push the other beam as well.
This one was beyond me.
Oh, come on. So we dropped 3 of the demons right off the bat. Alright, while everybody rushes in to fight, we're going to take her out. They caught us. We'll turn on our aura. We'll also use our spirit weapon. And then we're going to run as fast as we can over here.
Now what is that?
While they're fighting, we'll disarm this. I don't think anybody's here that we can hit them with here.
Not this time.
Push it.
I am helpful. Am I not? The heartbeat quickens.
Alright, let's get her involved in the fight. I was hoping that had a bigger impact, but it didn't. Oh, that dang wizard's been pounding us with acid arrow. We're alright, though. It looks like we handled this fight pretty well, considering I wasn't even looking at it most of the time. And, of course, we're going to grab everything, like always. We did pick up some nice heavy armor there. So let's check our weapons over. We got a heavy mace of fire. Nobody in our party uses a mace anymore. remember, Sela, our paladin, could use the mace, but she specialized in a longsword, and we are fatigued, so we'll have to have her heal us so that that goes away. We did pick up some heavy armor, though. It looks like we already had that armor, half plate, so let's put it on Sheila. That brought her AC up to 22. We didn't pick up... You can tell that these accessories are weak. They're not magic at all. So they don't do anything. We could drink our potions, but let's save those and use her cure. We'll use the first one on me to get rid of fatigue. Switch those around. And now we'll use her potions. Alright. That takes care of all of that. We just need to go down here to the basement. There's a couple of tricks and stuff in the basement here, but nothing too major. You can't really go wrong with it. This crazy guy was sent into the basement to steal stuff, and he works with the cultist. You can hear the goofy music playing in the background. So you tell him to get lost before you kill him. And then he's like, I have to destroy evidence, and he tries to swallow this piece of paper that you needed. And so you can either kill him, watch him die, or help him. We'll help. And then he gives you this half-eaten piece of paper that was inside his mouth. Which is... Did we already read this? No. The Emacinate... Here it is. So this is kind of what he's found and stuff like that. What this area is mostly important for is if you're following the path of the Lich, this is a really important area for you. All these are just... All these are just displays, but whatever they're representing has been taken. So you can see this claw was taken. A famous wand was taken. And the helmet. There's some doors that we can open. We can pick them. Or we can go in there and convince this guy to give us the key. Let's do that. Let's go in there and get the first. So this is the person that tends to the museum that we're in. Or the tower. We ask about the keys. We ask him to give us the keys. He says no. We can try our diplomacy on it. And he's going to give us the keys. If you fail that, there's other ways to get the keys as well. And then you go into this question about all the items that are missing. And you find out that these robbers also took this wand. He doesn't know where they went. But this wand is super important. After you're done talking to him, you tell him to go to the Defender's Heart. He says he might. You can just loot everything else that's in here. There's some books. I don't know if any of them are skill books, but we'll find out. Now that we have the keys, we can go into these rooms a little easier without having to pick the locks and stuff like that.
There are many rooms. Can't hide from me.
Look at all them traps going off.
I am helpful, am I not? I hope you appreciate this. I am helpful, am I not?
And we'll just loot the area. We'll go through everything that we've been able to find as soon as we're done collecting everything. So you saw when we tried to open this door, it only had a 10% chance of success. These things are important. Hopefully we can find 5 of them. If not, we'll have to do it later. But I'll explain that later. We did get a nice bow. So here, there's a 5% chance to open it. But you'll notice they don't do it. They just instantly open the door. Because we have the keys. We got some mithril plate there as well. Okay, so we're done looting. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's equip that bow, which is a +1 entrapment bow. Anytime he hits somebody with this bow, they have to make a reflex saving throw or they become entangled. Let's equip that on him. And then we have some nice armor that Camilla can actually wear. She's wearing armor right now. That gives her a maximum dex of 4, which is her maximum dex. This is Lady Cassandra's shirt. It is mithril. It gives her a maximum dex of 6, and it is a +2 armor. So if we watch her AC, it jumped up to 24. I have this bad habit of pointing at the screen. There's nothing else in here that I'm aware of. Now we just need to leave. And we're going to go back to the main part of the city. And they're pretty much like, thank you for, you know, killing all those demons, getting rid of them. And we can leave.
I will guide.
This time we will stop by and grab those. We're still on a time limit, so we can't really goof around too much.
What's that there?
Let's take Camilla, walk around this trap. I think we're gonna have to hide,
Not expect my strike.
because there's a dude right there that if he sees her, oh, we're okay.
I hope you appreciate this.
All right.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
So that warning message that we just got is that we're shooting into melee combat and we're taking negatives because we're shooting into melee combat. That will be corrected soon. For now, there's not a lot we can do about it. You have to get him off the trap. Remember that creepy dude? I told you they keep showing up all through the story for a little while.
I am helpful, am I not?
We're all exhausted, so we will sleep here soon. Hopefully we don't have to sleep too long.
No reason to
For now, let's just get rid of the exhaustion on our frontline fighters. All right.
They will break our resolve.
You having a good day, Ty?
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
So this is how it feels.
scorched me to the bones today.
We got some more armor and a helmet. Oh, we also got those books we got to check out. Let's see what those items were. We did pick up a magic item, but nobody can really use it. This armor is unbending +1 studded leather with a damage reduction of 3. Nobody can use that. I wish that Lan could use it, but he can't. So he won't get any armor for a while. This is a good place to go if you're playing a kineticist because you get your first kinetic item here, but none of us are kinetics. Oh, I'm glad that you're having fun and want to focus on this. That's cool. I think we're going to rest here, even though we're on a time limit. But let's save just in case that triggers anything. This is a really important point. Yeah, we're only going to rest for 9 hours. That's great. This is an important point to note, is down here at the bottom here, it will always tell you how long you're going to rest. And sometimes that number can be pretty ridiculous, like two plus days. Okay, so how this screen works is not overly complicated. You have your protective rituals. That will stop your abyssal corruption from increasing. And if it gets up to these levels here, start taking negatives. Like, if we get to part 1, we're going to take a -2 to our wisdom, intelligence, and a -3 to our command and climb, I believe. I do not know what these little things. Combat maneuvers, defense, and combat maneuver bonuses. Alright, so that's what that's for. If you wanted to put more people on this, then you would just click that empty spot, and you have 2 rows here. The top row shows you the bonus that that person will provide for sleeping to that area. And the bottom row shows the bonus they will give and what they are currently doing. The bottom row is for the second slot. We're not going to worry too much about that, though. Camouflage works the exact same way. Night Watch prevents you from being attacked at night. Camouflage prevents your camp from being seen. And then you have food. And to cook food, you click on that button and it brings up this screen. And then if you scroll over, you can see what these are going to do. If we successfully cook the hearty meal, we'll get a +1 competence bonus to our skill checks for the entire day. The other recipe we have is we get a +5 to our movement speed for the entire day. Now, normally, I would take the competence bonus over everything. But remember, we selected lame when we picked our character. So this movement speed is actually pretty helpful because it cuts our penalty in half. Nino can scribe scrolls, works the same way. She can only scribe scrolls that she knows. And it doesn't look like we have... Oh, we don't have the scroll kit. Yeah. You have to buy kits. I'll show you how to do that later. So let's put Nino over here and make her help cook. So that we have a higher chance at the cooking. We have a +8 out of a 15 that we need. In resting.
It's sad to see Canabres in this state. Back in Neathholm, I imagine the city up here would be less on fire.
Canabres is a reminder to us all of the...
Okay, this is what happens when your corruption starts happening. You start having nightmares. They cause you not to rest well. They can give you negatives and stuff. Right now, we'll just say we can't ignore our health, so let's pay attention to that. That plays a role into later. And that takes care of that. Let's move on. We're still very much at the beginning of the game, guys. And we're still on a time limit. So we're going to head directly to the market square and try to get as much of the market square handled as possible so that we can go up to the Black Library. Okay, so when we first came in here to get Ember, we didn't really pay attention to much. We are going to pay attention to more now. There's a bunch of demons. They have damage reduction and such. They're all attacking here. Our goal is to get to the other side of this ravine. But before we do that, we want to explore everything we can.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Ooh. We just got flanked here. Alright. So we do burden ourselves quite a bit. Because we're going to take a lot of stuff. But I will drop it eventually. Because this is just one of those times. We'll have a chance to come back and get it again. But this is one of those times that you just can't overburden yourself while you're on the clock like this. While you're, you know, under a time limit. So all we're really doing at the moment is just exploring the area. We've already been to some of these areas. We're just picking up some items and stuff. And there's a room right here that we didn't go into the last time we were here to pick up Ember. Now here are swarms. In normal mode, swarms can be hurt by normal weapons. In a higher difficulty mode, when we replay on a higher difficulty, normal weapons do not affect swarms, and they can be really nasty.
Am I not? This one was beyond
Oh,
me.
95% and she failed it?
I hope you appreciate this.
There's some magic armor in there. We'll see what that is in just a second. And we got another recipe. So the magic armor is hide +1. Again, nobody can really use that. Recipe. Oh, we need to do the books. I keep forgetting to do the books. Is die wings. Let's do the books real quick. Click on the character you want to learn the skill. It doesn't mean you're going to get a skill from every book, but some of them have it. Right click, drag down to info, read the book. You'll know if you got a skill from these books by closing this screen and looking in this corner. We did not. If you did get a skill from the book, bring up your character sheet, you go to your abilities, and you will see that skill listed on your special abilities, and it will be in the form of the book that taught it to you. Alright, so there is a ritual here, and you can destroy this now, or if you left it, when you come back, there will be a demon here. We're going to destroy it now. The demon's actually pretty difficult. Oh, shoot. I clicked the wrong one. We actually summoned the thing. I've never done this before. Oh, we screwed up the ritual and he got away. Dang it. I've never done that before. Now we're probably going to have to fight him. And that's going to suck. I wonder what would have happened if we had done it the right way, if it's even possible. That would be interesting to know, if it's even possible to summon that creature the correct way. I'm not super familiar with everything, but here is Keishla. Now, you remember in the tavern, in Defender's Heart, we ran into a guy that said he was hunting her, that she is a member of the cultist group. What you find out here is that she is a drow, or drow. Drow, I think is how it's pronounced. And then you ask how she got wounded. You ask if you can heal her. Tell her that you know what she is. And then you let her know that that guy is hunting her because she's a cultist. She says that he's lying. Perception says that she is hiding something, but not about this. You can tell her that you can tell she's not lying, but she's not telling you the whole truth. Then you can ask why he is slandering her. He doesn't know. You can believe her and let her know that he's at the Defender's Heart to stay clear of there, which is what we're going to do. This story continues later. I don't know the full extent of the story, but she takes off. We missed our perception check. Remember how I was telling you to keep the area, this thing open? Because down here you can tell right away, perception check failed, nothing showed up, but not everybody went, so I walked closer and it unlocked with Sala. Got it. Alright, that takes care of the first section. Now we're going to go down here, and we're getting across to the main part of the city.
Mysteries can wait till tomorrow.
We're encumbered, so we're going to drop some of that armor. Armor is usually the best thing to start dropping because it is so heavy. Like this, these 2 sets of armor are, over 100 pounds. We've got 4 sets of this, equals 140 pounds. But we're losing money, so hopefully we can pick it up later. We're still encumbered, so this is another 200 pounds. 50 pounds. Just drop everything that's not magic. That took us under the encumbrance level. We could drop weapons as well. There's no need though. We're under the encumbrance level.
Well, this didn't go well.
Oh, we failed our check. And it took 3 hours. Ah, man, that's 6 hours that passed. On top of that, we're completely exhausted. Dang it.
Forget it.
Failed again and again. 3 times. That's 9 hours. Let's reload. Hopefully it doesn't take us too far back. That's going to kill us. That means we failed our time limits and everything. It did take us a little ways back. But we've already been through all this, so we can just kind of race through it. If you're going to drop items like we were doing, make sure you drop them in an area. Oh, this took us way back. Ah, dang it.
Watch out for trouble.
Dang, I'm sorry, guys. We failed and we're on that time limit. If we fail that time limit, we're not going to be able to complete some of the quest. And of course, those guys in the library are going to die as well. We forgot to rest. Because I had quick saved it before we rested. Let's do that. We're able.
I will help where I can.
Knowledge is the key to victory. Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
You're a good person. I like you.
Alright. Yeah, I bet. That really sucks, Ty. Sorry to hear that. We really need to rest. We already went through how all this works. And we don't have a scroll kit, so there's no point in
Too bad I didn't
Rolls.
know about your village. My friends and I could have left the streets and lived with you like a family.
I'm afraid you wouldn't be welcome there either. You think too kindly of us. Even our tribe had its cast-offs and pariahs.
Ooh, it is getting warm in here. We live by a busy street, so, you know, if a car drives by or something, it's super loud, so I closed the window. It is getting nice and toasty in here. Alright,
We'll make things right.
let's get a couple of prep spells done.
Yes. Yes.
I like mage armor because it lasts an hour per level.
Well,
But that's all we really need to prep. We're gonna come up around here. We're just kind of let's save again. We're just kind of recapping. We already did all this, but we failed that check and it butchered us for our
It went splendidly.
you know, since we're on a time limit here.
save the last one for me.
I don't think we spoke with these guys before. Yeah, that's why. You don't actually speak with them. We're still going to come up here. We want as much experience points as we can get. But now that we are aware that we're about to get ambushed from the side as well, let's run our 2 mages and land away from that area.
Did you see that?
Yeah, we didn't trigger him this time.
Yet another obstacle.
So are you able to hear me all right? Am I coming through clearly, or am I fading in and out like I was before? Oh good. Glad to hear it.
Keep your calm.
Keep your calm. This is where we encountered that demon. I kind of want to do it again, right? Even though it was a shock, I want to summon him again if we can. That was kind of cool. I've never done that before. It's always nice to be surprised, since I've done so many hours at the beginning of this game.
I hope you appreciate this.
There's always stuff that I'm learning and always things to do.
A success worthy of praise.
I can't wait till we fight him again. That's gonna be cool.
many roads to success.
Let's go. Back up here. Remember we had that hidden... We had that hidden wall up here. Just a little ways. Oh, and we have... What's-her-face right here as well. That we spoke to last time, the drow. We're just speed racing through these this time because we just did this.
I will guide.
Fame isn't really my thing, man. I'm just doing this for you know, a good time and enjoy myself. Hopefully you guys enjoy yourselves with me.
You're so awesome, Lan.
Alright, this is where we messed up last time. We had the athletics check fail on us and it took us, you know, hours.
I need to concentrate.
Let's cast guidance on him and give him a plus to that and try it again.
The mongrel did it.
Yes,
Me draw the
we did it
first
this
blood.
time. That's good.
Save the last one for me.
Okay, so there is some artists in here that have been trapped inside this cellar. You ask them who they are, they tell you that they're a group of actors. You move the stuff and let them out of the cellar. And you find out they're an orc and a dwarf. I believe she's a dwarf. Now the cool thing is, if you find these guys every act, I think it was, they will make a play about you. Whoops. I want to get ahead of ourselves.
Their logic is
There's
lacking.
some ghouls. Ghouls aren't too bad, but there are some wraiths coming up and they can be a real pain. Alright, let's go down here. Oh, we'll come up here first. The other side.
No time for debates.
Zombies.
Your pain
And a
is
shadow.
pleasure.
And she got tagged. Shadows are kind of a pain because they do this. They hurt her strength. That's not too big of a deal. Nothing I want to waste my restoration on at the moment because she doesn't use strength for anything. So we kind of got lucky there. Up around here real quick. Sure we're not missing. Now we find out who's been casting these dead, creating these dead creatures. Because, you know, the city was attacked by demons. It wasn't attacked by the dead. So it's like, where are they coming from? You find that out. It's this dude right here.
Time to practice my
And we are going to need... We'll use cleave on this one. But we are going to need to focus a little bit on him.
You should have listened to reason.
Oh, because he can be a little nasty. So we'll put all our range users on him. Kind of a hard fight. We fell during that fight. Not too big of a deal, though. I'm not too stressed out about it. Because, again, we can't really do much at the moment other than keep pushing and pushing and pushing. We picked up a glaive that's magical. We have that magical armor, and we're over encumbered again. But I think that's because we haven't dropped that armor like we did last time. So, let's, sorry. Let's heal. Instead of using magic, we'll use our potions. They really need to make a shortcut key that just allows you to push a button to use these items so that you don't have to keep right-clicking on them. Use, right-click, use. Let's see if we got any new spells that she can learn. We did. Monster summoning. I know some people have a better understanding of what can and cannot be learned. One of them. Here to go through and copy things into the spell book. Alright. We can do one more thing before we drop those items. Check her spell book, and doesn't have 3rd level spells yet. My lips are so dry. Sorry, guys. No, I'm pretty happy with those. Got mirror image that we picked up, and pit, which is my favorite spell. Picked up summoning and bear's endurance, but we don't need either. Let's drop those items. Why I keep closing the inventory down. We'll drop all this armor. Everything except the magic armor. I would like to pick it up before we leave, but we're not going to be able to because we have to go somewhere else before we go back to the Defender's Heart. So I'm pretty sure that was everything in this area. It's just that little dude raising up the dead. People that died in town. Now we can go further down. Oh, what's going on with him? He's blind. It's permanent. Ouch.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
I have no idea how he got that or how to get it removed. Remove blindness spell. But in order to learn that spell, we would need to, oh, this is going to be a pain. Let's use some magic. Let's do it. We'll just right-click on her magic missiles so that she's constantly pumping them out. And for her, let's, I think the undead is immune to sleep and fear, so let's use ear-piercing screams. Actually, no. Let's just leave her to attack like that. Let's have him use his Kai power for the extra attack. We'll use protection from evil, communal, on everybody. I don't think we need smite evil, but let's do it anyways. And smite this shadow. And for him, let's cast divine favor. She got tagged with ability strength damage, but we can heal that. That's over. But let's heal that ability damage that she got. Oh, we only healed 3. I don't know how much further she's got dropped. But it must be pretty high if we could only heal 3. When we rest, which we won't be doing for a while, those conditions will heal automatically because we're on normal.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap.
Pretty sure that's all that's in this area. Now we can move on. This back area, which is going to lead into another fight.
Does anyone require my counsel?
Let's do it. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Okay, so we're just gonna come straight at these ghouls. We fought them before, so it's not a huge problem. If they did give us ghoul fever, which is a disease they can cast on us, then we would use our we have a healing ability that we can automatically use. Get rid of that. We're going to come up and cross this roof into this area where we find one of Steela's friends. We're lawful, so we're going to accuse him of looting corpses right away. He basically says he's not looting corpses, he's just tending to the dead. You find out that he's friends with Steela and that his friend is on the way back. His friend shows up with a wagon of beer that I believe they were getting in town, and they're going to take off. They ask if you want some before they go, or you ask if you can have some before they go. They share it with you, ask how they haven't known, you know, how they know each other, and then you can accuse him of robbing corpses, even though he told you he wasn't. Steela's like, dude, you're such a prick. Because we're mad at him for robbing corpses, but the first thing we're going to do is rob that corpse. I mean, instantly. We're not even going to wait for them to get out of the area. We're just like, taking that stuff? Because that makes you bad. As he steps away, we take that stuff. My lips are so dry, it's just ridiculous.
A failure is just a step to a success.
This is going to lead us to another area that we need to go to, but not right away. Let's heal her up. Got tagged pretty hard. Alright. That should take care of that. Let's go back here a little further. This is why we came back here in the first place, is because there's this
I am helpful. Am I not?
building right here. I don't think there's much else back here except this house. There's a
I found
Focus on the goal.
crap.
something.
And a book.
I am helpful, am I not?
Let's check those books. See if they give us any skills. I don't know what books give us skills and not. I don't know if it does. So we'll just go through them all. And does not look like we learned abilities from that book either. Okay. Going to the cellar. Okay, so this is a kind of a unique situation. Show you what I mean in just a second. So we picked up a scroll of invisibility. We noticed that these two fighters see invisibility. We noticed that the two fighters are dropped. And we need to get back here in this back room. Now, if I attempt to open this door, to move this stuff aside, we get attacked and we get hit with some damage. You do not have to do this. I'm doing this for the experience points. We're going to do it again.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
And we'll do it one more time. Till they stop sending monsters, we'll just keep doing it.
They did.
Pretty sure they're going to stop sending monsters now. I hit 3. Stop. Okay. So, from all appearances, it seems like we can't get back there, but we can. We need to read... Oh, you're fine. We need to read that scroll that we found of see invisibility. We could learn it, which would be cool, but we can't. We need to read it right now. That's going to reveal this guy. The shadow demon that's been preventing us from doing it.
I dedicate my body to science.
All right. I'm all right. Just sit here.
Wow, we are getting owned.
This is how it feels.
Let's try sleep on him. He's already out. Wow, we just got beat here, man. Oh my gosh. This is bad. This is really bad. Quickly go over and heal him. Kill him again. Oh no, not you. Yeah, you might as well.
Yes.
This is unexpected. Retreat.
Wow, that was tough, man. That was tough. We got hammered. Jeez. Oh, look at us. We're all beat to hell. So, this is what I was talking about before. She's got ghoul fever, which gives her constitutional damage, dexterity damage. To get rid of it, we can use our trait affliction. And it's gone. So not too much. I don't know if that's how it's going to work in harder
Thanks, Lan.
modes,
You're
but it
so
tends to work
awesome, Lan.
just fine in these lower difficulties, in this normal difficulty. Now that that demon's dead, we can open that door.
I hope you appreciate
And
this.
inside it, we've got a composite magical longbow, which we needed. It's a +2, and if it critically hits, the target makes a saving throw, DC 20, or they get a -1 to their will, a -2 to their fortitude, a -3 to their reflex. And then with his old bow, that was also magic, we can give it to Ember, because Ember's using a crossbow, but she's an elf. So she can use bows. There's no reason to leave her with a crossbow. We are really beat up. The thing to do here would be to rest, but as you guys have heard me say multiple times, we are on a time limit. Resting is not a good thing to do, especially when you're super hurt like that. We've got to try to move through this town as fast as we can to get the rest of these missions before the Defender's Gate is attacked. Just going through and healing everybody up. I don't think we have any restoration potions. We do. You know who needs it? She does. Let's use it on her. It still didn't get rid of that strength damage. Wow. How much strength damage did she take? That's 5 points that we've given her back. And she is still only -1. She must have been -6 strength. Jeez, man. You know, if your strength goes to 0 from those kinds of drains, you die. So if your ability score hits 0 when you're getting drained like that, your character will die. That's all there is in here. We needed that bow. So we're going to go back and continue our exploration into this area. There's a few... Here's another pet, like the fox, the pipe fox, same concept. Now what's unique about this is we don't have to put that pet on a different person even though we already have one. This one's going to give us a +2 to perception bonus and a +2 to lore checks. So we'll just put him on our belt like we did the other pet. And then we'll summon him out, and that's it. He can't be attacked, he won't be killed. And just like the pipe fox that we have running around somewhere, he'll just run around and follow us. Okay, here's the church. We're going to encounter a spirit that kind of gives us a warning. This is some work. Hey, turning off that record, like Sally B said, really did the trick, right? The stream is working pretty well. Things are going really good. I have no complaints about our stream so far. We're doing really well. We're accomplishing a lot. We're going to head to this side of the church first. There's some hidden beer that we can pick up right around here. Because, you know, people just leave all their booze sitting out. Actually, I always imagine they were having a picnic or something. And like, this attack happened and they, like, left all their stuff and, like, bailed. You know? Which is like a faux pas, right? Because they're like... The city's being attacked, you just know somebody would scream, "Grab the beer! Don't leave the beer behind!" There is a wickedly powerful demon over this direction. And even on normal mode, this thing can be quite the beast. So, let's heal her up. She got tagged pretty hard again. We'll check to see. Let's use a stronger healing. I'll have to burn through all our little ones. Let's check and see if we have bark skin, which is a buff. Let's put that on her. Blur, another decent buff. This demon can be quite a beast. I'm Checking to see if we have removed blindness. We don't. That blindness is a real pain in the butt. Alright, let's...
Guide. Keep your wits about you.
Open your heart to me.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
There's no hope, only us. The gods
They still have their mage armor on.
open to ideas. What was I saying just now? Wanna play together?
Alright, let's do it.
Shall survive this ordeal.
One hit. 2 hits and I'm down. Dang. Even with all those buffs. Keep bringing back? Yeah. Ooh, I'm getting some lag.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
That demon can be really quite difficult on harder modes, I imagine, but it's pretty difficult even on easy. As you saw, 2 hits and I was down.
Focus on the goal.
You mean turn my graphics down is what you're suggesting? We can certainly try that. I'm not a big fan of playing on less than max, but I'm assuming this is what's causing all the problems. That I'm just oh, maybe I can just lower it down a little bit. Try the next level down and see if that improves any.
Watch out for trouble.
Alright, do we need to cross right now? Yeah, we do.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome,
I'm
Lan.
sure they mean so hard, right?
Ooh, what's that? Is that the demon we summoned? I think that's the summon. Oh my gosh.
Am I at my limit?
Holy cow, we are getting totaled. Start casting spells. Let's put a pit right there. Go over here and heal him real quick before he dies. Turn on her battle mastery. And same thing, heal him. Wow. The minute he got up, he was down again. And that's it for her spells. Let's try to put him to sleep. Ooh, he is beastie. Oh, man. Did we get him? No. All we did was put him to sleep.
Am I doing it wrong?
Shoot. Let's cast another pit. Suck him into the pit. Oh, dude, we have just gotten so totally annihilated here. Oh, we never summoned her familiar. We totally should have done that. Mage armor. Protection from evil. I think we're gonna die here, guys. I don't think we're gonna make it. Turn on your arrows that we got earlier. Don't that can we use that on somebody else? Let's bring her back up. It wasn't enough to heal her. Can we use items? Can we put these on his belt? Go back to his belt. Wow, we really got hurt here. I've never fought this demon like this before, I don't think. Oh, what did he just do? He got away from my pit. Oh, this is harsh, man. Oh, there goes Lan. She's gone too. Oh, we're dead. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Oh, man, this is harsh. So harsh. Oh, that happens, I guess. Load the last save and see how far back we were. This is what we get for messing around with that demon and not knowing what we were doing. Oh, we are back a ways too. All right. Boy, oh boy, that was a beast. That was beast.
Soot is restless. I wonder why.
Ouch, man. Oh. Just beat us to nothing. Let's take a small break here. Give me a chance to run around. And we will yeah, we'll take a small break real quick and then we'll come back and go from there. This is fun, but wow, man, did we just get totaled in that last one. So I'll be back in a minute. Thanks you guys for watching. I will not be very long. So I'm just gonna go use the restroom and try to cool this house down a little bit. So I'll be back. All right, so we're back. Gave us a chance to get a few things done. Man, that battle, whew, that really took it out of me, man. That thing just butchered us. And yeah, we summoned that Tynese by accident at first, and then we went back and did it intentionally when we had to reload. That thing, I'll tell you, it was nasty. Oh. All right, so let's jump into that. We'll get back into it, right? Don't smoke, it's real bad for you. Did we do we need to use that scroll and fight this thing again? Yep. So let's prep ourselves a little bit better this time. Because he gave us a wallop. Like to... There we go.
Knowledge is the key to victory.
I'll watch your back.
Hmm?
You can trust me.
Alright, here we go.
Yet another obstacle. I'll just have to roll brute force.
Thank you, by the way.
Just sit here. Don't worry about me.
Okay, so we handled that one a lot better with some prep. I don't know if we'll be able to handle that demon, though. Wow, did he just do a number on us?
This one was beyond me. Not this time.
We'll use some lockpicks and that.
I hope you
Oh.
appreciate this.
That's the bow we picked up last time. Gonna do the same thing we did last time. We still got hurt pretty bad by that thing in a few seconds, didn't we? Few potions here. Get her health back up. Same thing with her. Her. Alright, let's get out of here.
There are many roads to success.
I thought I had done everything at these lower levels. And seeing that demon, ooh. Just a reminder, this game is hard. Unforgiving beast. Take that cat, the pet, put him back on us again. Busy. There he is. We'll put this on our belt, the cat, because we already have the pipe fox, which gives us the insight to arcana and perception. And the cat is going to give us more perception and lore.
Keep your wits about you.
Click him, he can't be killed, just like this little pipe snake here. He can't be killed, he just runs around, follows you around. The pipe snake itself, I don't think it'll let us zoom in close, but it's a mixture between a snake and a fox. It's a creepy looking little thing. They just wander around. Oh, right. Man, we came way back.
Now what is that?
Grab the beer. I already told you my belief on that. I think that they were having some kind of picnic or party out on the side of the church, and the attack happened and they forgot to grab the beer. So a lot of people that I have watched will skip this battle that I keep running into. But the thing is that I'm really trying to get as much experience as I possibly can.
Open your heart to me.
And that is why I'm forcing myself to do this battle.
Save the last one for me.
Shall survive this ordeal.
That sneak attack was nasty. Did 15 points of damage right off the bat. Oops. Let's, oh, we can't use it because it's still blocking us as being in battle. Alright, let's go up and get this hidden wall. Maybe? We all failed our perception check? No. There we go. Land got it. If you're wondering why I don't go in the church itself, it's because we're going to go in there soon anyways. You'll see as we get further along. So, there's nothing in there that's super impressive or anything. Oh, you know what we need to do? Instead of fighting that demon, we need to come over here and trigger Darian's quest. So he tells us that there is a duke and his mansion is being attacked by demons, and he wants us to go there and help. We're asking if there's a reward. They're telling us that we're a prick for asking it if there's a reward. And instead of going down that way we did before, we will come at it from another angle.
I will fight.
Because that demon is nasty.
I must replenish my powers.
We're all fatigued again, which is no good.
Rely on me.
Fatigue gives us a -2 to strength and dexterity. It's a beast for sure. Let's head upstairs. Unfortunately, because we're on that time limit, there's not a lot we can do to avoid it. You know, we can't rest every time we get tired. Now, these tieflings are important. They're part of one of our quests. And they're basically complaining that their friend is stuck underneath a rock. They need help. We can ask who they are. And then we can try to help them. We did. Nice. We tell them that they sound suspicious, to come clean on telling us who they are, and then we tell them that we need help. The commander needs their help. And if you do that, they will join you in the attack that is coming that we are on this time limit for. So, you can see all these quests that we've got here. And we have a few. Right? And that's what we're trying to get worked out. Trying to get all those quests cleared off. And some of them are time limited. I can't wait till we don't have to deal with this time limit anymore, because it really does make the game very difficult. We're overburdened again. Let's drop all this armor. There's some magic. We picked up some magic full plate, or half plate. Let's put that on. That takes us to 20 AC. We don't need these clubs. They're pretty worthless. They don't cost much. The daggers aren't weighing us down too much, but these are. Yeah, we'll just leave. We're fine.
I'm sure
Won't
you
survive me.
right?
All right.
Watch out for trouble.
Again, this is one of those areas that's going to take us down into this side of the map. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. I turned up the volume for all the sound effects, so hopefully you guys can hear them now. This will take us into this side of the map, and it is the only way to get onto that side of the map. Oh, we leveled. Thank goodness. Alright, let's do our levels. At level 4, this is a good level for us. So all our points are going to go into strength. We're a strength-based character. We'll increase our basic skills, and then for our chosen spell, we don't need Cure Light Wounds or anything, because we're going to get it due to our casting sphere anyways. So we're going to take alignment for weapon, which is really good. It allows you to change the alignment of your weapon to good or evil or whatever, and it'll bypass damage reduction when you're attacking something. For Sela, I think we're going to go with we'll take her charisma up to 16. That'll help with her spells, and it will give her a +3. Then we'll focus on strength. Her dex is pointless. No reason to increase it. See, they took mobility with her as well, and you get a -7 from the armor, a -2 from the shield. She's going to be in the negatives forever. I don't know what the point of her taking a mobility was in the first place. She gets all these spells automatically. Hold on, I think I gotta... Alright. Ferret Hunter, we'll let them level her automatically. They threw the point into Dex. They're gonna toss her 2 points into Trickery and Stealth. I'm not a big fan of Stealth, but we do use it from time to time. They want her to take Battle Master. I tend to change this depending on the situation, but we'll keep it. Land, we're gonna auto level as well. They threw his into wisdom, which is good because he's a Zen archer. Wisdom is his primary stat. Mobility, athletics, and persuasion, what they gave him. And then they want to give him True Strike. Now, I did change this in the past, and I took Bark Skin, because Bark Skin is a lot more useful, in my opinion. But the problem is that he quickly gets to a point where Bark Skin is no longer useful for him. Our Witch, they're going to throw her Charisma, that's her spells. Arcana, Persuasion, and use Magic Device. And then they're going to focus on healing for her Hex, which is good because she's a good healer. But I don't know why they're taking... Doesn't she get... Oh no, it's a Hex, okay. For our Wizard, they're doing Intelligence, got Arcana, World Knowledge, Lore for Nature, and use Magic Device. They want to take Acid Arrow, which I hate. It's not an automatic hit. You have to aim with it. You have to fight for it. We're not going to... they also took Stone Call. So these are... Let's take Burning Arc, which is a lot better, in my opinion, for her first one. I'm keen on taking Invisibility, but we'll see. We have C Invisibility, which is always helpful. How long does that one last? 10 minutes per level. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take we'll take Stone Call, even though I'm not a fan of it because it is a spell that can hurt your allies, I believe. We'll take it. Alright. Now we have to bring up our casters, get their spells in their books. We'll take another Cure Wounds here. And another Bless here. For here, we will take Burning Arc. We'll get rid of one of her pits. Another Burning Arc. And another Magic Missile. Alright, we're all set up now. But we're not going to go across to the new area just yet. We'll come down, do the rest of this. So those arrows that we just picked up, we can put on land right away. These are Midnight Bolts. Or no, we're going to put this on us. You only have a limited number of these, and what it does is it does 50 points of damage that cannot be ignored, cannot be reduced, and it's an automatic hit. And there is somebody that we're going to use this on later, so we'll take that. Unless we have to use it on that demon. That would suck, but that might be a good way to beat him. Okay, so this is an important area if you're trying to go with the Aeon path. You're looking into this, you have a vision. You can see what the vision of the past is, the present, and the future, and it gives you a purple knife. You have to do this to advance the story anyways, but this is where your Aeon comes into effect. Even though it says required Aeon for Aeon Path, what it should say at this moment is opens Aeon Path. If you select this, it will open the Aeon's Path, or you can allow it to dissipate and leave you. We're going to open it, just because, even though we're taking the Angel Path. Let's save it. We've done a lot. And here is another mission that we're going to have, which is Raymond and that dude are in a huge argument. This guy, Raymond, basically warned everybody that this was coming. This was going to happen. The demons were going to attack the town. But then you find out that him and his friends that because him and his friends were messing around with the ward stone, Harun believes that he was that he's the cause of it. And then we can do lawful and let him investigate these guys, or we can do the angel path, which we're gonna do, and show him, the Inquisitor, that we are a champion of heaven. If you do this, he will start treating you a lot better, and he'll respect you a lot more. So, in this situation, we can say you're right and follow our path of lawfulness, or we can say don't lay a finger on him, or we can say nothing. Now, just so you're aware, the results, I believe, are going to be the same, but we're going to follow the lawful path. I've never done this option before, so if it messes up our story, oh well. Live and learn. So he always runs off. I knew that was going to happen, but I don't know if his friends are going to judge us for it later. We go through and ask what his deal is, why he was doing all this, why he's looking for enemies. He's guarding this pit, which is the hole we fell down at the beginning of the game. And you basically tell him there's nothing dangerous down there. And he's like, there is something dangerous. Look what happened to you. And that's it for now. We will come back and speak with him shortly. Oh, and then there's this. And this is a cool part with Ember. Remember, she's my favorite character, this chick right here. She has black burn marks all over her arms and stuff. She's missing fingers. And you find out that Heron, her and her father came into town and they were found to be heretics, which they weren't. And Heron, like, threw her in a fire pit. And that's why she has all these burns. And I told you she's got a really unique personality, so she forgives him right away. And you're like, you threw an innocent child in to be burned at the stake? And he's like, hardly, you know, she wasn't innocent, blah, blah, blah. But she is. And then you're shocked that she forgives him already. You can say, stop talking nonsense. You can kill him, I believe. I don't know if it will let you, but you can attack him. Or we can just say, let's go. And that's what we're going to do. Because it will impact the quest if you mess with him. Alright, to find that dude, let's finish exploring this area real quick. Because there's some enemies right up here. Oh, wait.
I'm up for an adventure.
Save. That could be... Given the location, that could be the demon. Ah. If it's the demon, we're going to be hurting here. Let's use her and drink all these buffs. We'll do enlarge. I don't like enlarge because it hurts your armor class, but it does do a lot of cool stuff. Let's drink protection from evil as well. We don't need lesser restoration. We'll drink Shield of Faith. And we'll also use Bless Weapon. And Cure Light Wounds. Divine Favor. Effortless Armor. And Prayer. We really buffed out. Do the same thing with him, except we won't drink the enlarge because he's already blind. He can't afford any more hits to his AC. There is another protection from evil. Let's drink it. He doesn't need the lesser restoration. We'll use this. What does Fire Belly do? I can't remember. I think it's resistance to fire. Let's drink this. Let's use this protection from chaos just in case. All right. That takes care of her buffs, his buffs. Let's go to her. There's no buffs that she can. Let's do her. Go through and cast some of the buffs on her as well. Mage armor. Prayer. Protection from evil. Oh, let's do restoration on her real quick. See if we can get rid of that strength. Nope. I used both the scroll and the potion, and her strength still didn't go away. How hard did she get hit with that? Why is it still there? It doesn't show any damage to her strength at this point. Alright. We're as buffed as we can get.
Are we ready to move out?
Let's turn autocast on.
We'll make things right.
Let's have her cast mage armor on herself.
I heed
Any
the voice
human
of the
enter a
spirits.
tavern.
We'll turn on her weapon.
Man, the
We will
bartender
win
asks.
this war.
Does anyone require my counsel?
Yes, Ox. Yes.
That's a lot of buffs, but there he is.
Abilities.
Alright, if this doesn't go well, then we'll use that item that does 50 points of damage. Let's hope that we can get through this fight without dying instantly again. Oh! Oh, man! Oh my gosh, he just... we just got slaughtered! She's stunned. Let's go over and try to get him back up. Oh, we can't because he's dead. He's negative 12. Dang it. It did not go well. It did not go well. We died again. Luckily, we just saved it. Holy cow, this thing is crazy. Look at that, man. Mage armor, greater teleportation. Is it even possible to beat this guy? Yeah, we almost had him. He's pretty hurt.
This was unexpected.
Let's not quite give up yet. Let's run and get her up.
This condition is... I dedicate
Nah.
my body to science.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Talk about a butcher. Yeah. Yeah, man, this demon is a beast. Holy cow. Holy cow. With all those buffs, that thing still put us down like we were nothing. Let's try again. We did just save right here, so we'll do the buffs, and this time I'll use the bolt right away. I typically save the bolt for during the attack. There's a Minotaur that comes in, but this guy is a lot harder than the Minotaur.
I'm up for an adventure.
I did notice that when we used the lesser restoration... Oh, let's check that real quick. He is getting a -1 and a -2 from fatigue. Let's give her that restoration potion first. That got rid of... That's what I mean. It got rid of her fatigue, so... And it got rid of this negative on her strength. So I don't know why it's still showing that. But let's give the other restoration scroll to her to get rid of that fatigue. And let's use all these buffs on her. We'll go through them pretty quickly this time. No enlarged person. He's just too fast. Too fast. We'll try this again. Shield of Fate didn't do anything. We'll drink it in. Effortless armor. Anything to give us an edge. Let's do it. No problem. Thanks for hanging out with us, Tineezy. This was cool. I hope to see you again sometime. Let's cast Summon Monster. Give him some more targets to aim at. That's about all the buffing we can do.
I know mystic theology, arcane bombomancy, eldritch sciomancy, and many other clever words.
We can breathe fire with that fire belly. Gives us 1d4. Not really worth it, but we took the fire resistance off it anyways. Let's activate her attack. Now this little weapon is part of her natural abilities, and it gives her, it can be activated as a swift. It gives a swift action, which means anytime. It gives her a +1 to attack for 1 minute, and that goes up to a +5 based on her level.
Always be ready for the worst.
You can trust me.
Doesn't have bless, neither do we.
Trust in yourself.
You are my favorite aid.
Turn this on again. We'll go back here. We'll bring up our belt. We're going to use this arrow, this midnight arrow. It's unfortunate because I really wanted to save it for the Minotaur during the attack, but we're going to need it for this demon. We've tried this demon twice now, and he just butchers us. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do it.
Keep your wits about you.
Save the last one for me.
He can't use the arrow. Oh, he can't use it. Let's get it off of him and give it to somebody that can use it. There we go.
You should have listened to reason.
Shoot him. There it goes. 50 points. Got him. All because of that arrow. Oh, that was beast, man. Jeez. That thing just annihilated us. Now we don't have that for the, ooh. We got some really cool stuff here, though, because of that demon. I've never seen that shield before. We got some cool stuff. So that's good. But that arrow, I typically save it for the Minotaur. Oh, nice. This is a Mithril Heavy Shield +2. It'll work really well with her. That brings her armor class up to 28. We also picked up a book. We can check if the book is one of those give you a skill kind of thing. Oh, I don't want to do it on her, though. I don't know what book we picked up, so we'll just read them all. Just to be safe. Nope. He did not give us a skill. But if it did, it would be right here, and then you would see it like this book here. Ah, we really need to rest. Let's come up here.
The heartbeat quickens.
I forgot to heal him up. Do that real quick. So if you're wondering why we're not resting, it is because we are on a time limit. And if we don't hit certain goals, the attack is going to trigger and a lot of our missions will fail as a result. It is one of the only times that I have seen in the game where a time limit exists, but it is here. Alright, that takes care of this area. Now, to complete this quest that he gave us, we need to go back to the temple. Luckily, we don't have to fiddle fart around with that. Oh, nice. Look, they added this dude on the map. They never added him before. That's going to be really helpful. I always end up losing this area and have to search the whole map to find out where that was. We need to go back to the temple to start this next part. So does that stay there or does it have to be discoverable? No, it has to be discoverable. Okay. So he should be, there he is. This is where we get his side of the story. Asking what he did, how he found out, why he's fighting with that guy. You find out that this is kind of a really neutral dude. He's not upset or anything like that. We could attack him or attack Halrun, or we could just say you have to go and leave it, which is what we're going to do. Then his friends show up. They say they're looking for their friends. We've already found one of their friends. So he asked us to find their friends, bring them here. That takes care of this part. Yeah. Now we can go back to that dude who's right here, Halrun, and we can complete this quest and say, you know, just leave him alone, kind of thing. Don't smoke, it's real bad for you. You know, I can't even smoke regular cigarettes. They cause my lungs to hurt. They make me cough even more than I do now. I have to smoke these ones that I roll with my tobacco. So here we are. We're going to say we spoke with him. He's not your enemy. Could you just calm down about this? He says yes, and we completed that quest. You can ask who he is. Why he needs to see why he keeps seeing enemies everywhere, and then we tell him that the defender's heart needs help, and he goes, but he doesn't really go because you'll run into him again soon. All right, that takes care of the majority of the area. We still need to get over here, and if you remember, we do that by coming up to the church. So let's go up here. We still haven't rested, right? I'm running around blind, fatigued. We haven't rested yet, but we are nearing the end of the stuff that we needed to accomplish with our time. We still have to get up to the Black Library. All right. Let's go down.
The mongrel did it.
This puts us on the other side. There isn't a whole lot over here. Let's save again though, since we have accomplished quite a bit.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh, we need to focus on those casters. They're gonna tear us apart. Let's put that guy to sleep. And actually, let's pit them. I love pit. It is one of my favorite spells. You eventually can upgrade it to have like damage and stuff in there. We only got one, but he got sucked in there. There's the second one that got sucked in. And then to shut it off, we just push that button and it shuts it off. And you see he crawled back out. My guy got dropped again. My guy's usually not this bad, but again, he's blind, he's fatigued. There's a lot of factors here that is making his life not good. Now he's actually fully exhausted. So he's taking another negative on top of what he was already taking. And we still, as much as I want to rest, we just cannot afford to risk it. We have to keep going.
I'm always open to ideas.
Let's start casting this on a regular. What it does is it's a standard action, so it's a regular attack, and then it's a ray, and I'm not a big fan of rays. It's a touch attack, and you dazzle them. So kind of like a stun.
The inheritor.
I won't let you hit my friends!
Oh, we need to deal with this guy.
Mind over muscle.
Just sit here. Don't worry about me.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I don't think we can raise her. She's negative 11 as well. Oh, we could. Great.
Your pain is my pleasure.
So I guess him dying removed all his fatigue status, which is good. Not sleeping is making this all so much more difficult than it should be. She did pick up that heal. And we need to bring out her familiar. So, what's this one? Oh, that's the same thing I just grabbed. Alright, so this is her hex. And how it works is it's like Cure Light Wounds. But it can be used only once, and it's free. You can use it one time on per character, and it's completely free. So you see, we already used it on her, so we can't use it again until we rest. So these are the mongrels. They have come out from their hole. I don't know. Pretty much you ask them what the heck they're doing out here. And then you tell them they need to go back and wait. Maybe. I skipped through that so fast. Yeah. So we told them they needed to go back. I don't know what the purpose of that is. I've never seen the mongrels get used again. So I could be missing something.
There are many roads to success.
And if you know, feel free to share that information, because I don't. Almost done with this town. Then we can go up to the Black Library. There's another challenging fight coming up. Right there.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Shall survive this ordeal.
Now what is that?
And there's actually... Oh! Oh, it killed us. Uh-oh.
I'm all right.
Yeah. We died. That's the end for us. Jeez. I am just getting butchered in this walkthrough. Yeah, if your main character dies, they don't even give you the chance to raise him. You're done. Luckily, we just saved it.
You've marched me to the bones today.
Alright, let's try this again.
Watch out for trouble.
I think all these bodies, we keep finding bodies that don't look like demon attacks. And I think it is an indication that there's something else going on. But I haven't actually solved that mystery, so I don't know if it has to do with coming back the town after it's been cleared or what. Alright, so we'll try to handle this fireball guy a little easier.
Open your heart to me.
Let's sneak her in here.
Do
Dude.
not fear. Do
Ah!
not waver.
Did she just... Come back, come back!
Did you see that?
Alright.
Just have to resort to blood.
Ah, man, he just came around the corner anyways. Now we're stuck in a... Dropped a whole party. That was just a bad move on my part. Yeah, that was just terrible. That was a terrible move on my part. I tried to sneak in there and do a backstab on him. I pulled the party back and we got clustered all together in front of the door and just instant death. Ah, man. This is bad, man. I cannot believe how much we are struggling with this. This is
Can we rest,
something.
please? I'm tired.
It's fun though. I mean, it's an experience for sure. I know there are better builds out there and people that know what they're doing. I did tell you guys I didn't. But I can say that I have never had this much trouble with this game before. I am just getting slaughtered in this walkthrough. We have died so many times.
That posed little challenge.
Let's save here so we don't have to do this again. Alright. Let's see what buffs we have available. We've struggled with this guy twice now. We don't have... We really just don't have anything that's going to help us with that fireball. So the best we can do is try to get everybody in here. Rush to attack this dude.
For me.
And immediately grab our back archers. And try to drop this guy. We're not going to be able to stop his fireballs, but we can try to drop him. Alright. At least we lived, kind of. Everybody got pawned. Got a note. Go deal with this crap.
I am helpful. Am I not?
I kind of thought there was something unique in here. Oh yeah, there's this thing. And this. And this is kind of cool. It's a one-time use only item though, and it gives you a +5 to a circumstance bonus to your chosen check for an hour. I usually save it for some really difficult persuasion roll or something that we're going to do. And a scimitar, but we're not going to be able to... Scimitar. Going to be able to use that. Look how hurt we are, man. We really, really need to rest. Use potions to get everybody up to par. We'll rest when we're dead. That time limit is just nasty, you know? And luckily, they do stop with the time limit thing that I've seen. I didn't see any continuation of additional time limits later on as we get past this part. And I know it seems like a lot of hassle to go through all this, maintain our limit. To me, it kind of feels like they set it up for you to fail. Because it is so extreme. You know, you are so limited on time.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
These guys are kind of
Take you.
difficult, but they do have a strong weakness to sleep. And that inflict wounds is what makes them difficult. See? He's out cold. Now, if you're paying attention and you drop and you make him go to sleep, you can come over to your natural abilities and you can do an coup de draw or coup de grace, what they call it, which is pretty much like an insta-kill on any creature that's unable to defend itself. I think that's everything, but we'll double check just to be sure. Yeah. Okay, so I think we finished up with our town expedition here. So this is where we can pick up all our armor. I do not know if the armor sticks around so that if you come back to this town, you can pick it up again. If it does, then we'll definitely swing back by and grab it. If not, we lose out on a few thousand gold, but nothing too bad. We're getting rid of some of the heavier stuff that we're carrying around. None of the magic items. Hopefully it just, when we swing back by here, we can pick it up. Oh, are those all master? They're all master. I try not to drop masterwork stuff if we can avoid it. They're worth quite a bit. Okay. And yeah, it's just the stuff that we dropped. So we'll leave. Now you remember we picked up that mission where we need to find that dude's friends. We also picked up the mission where the mansion was going to be attacked, and they're kind of one and the same. His friend is at this mansion, so we need to go there. And then after we get that solved, we'll come back and turn that quest in, and then we'll run up to the Black Library. And if we can do all of that before the time limit's up, we'll be okay. Like, that's when we can rest. Because we'll handle this stuff down here later, and this stuff up here isn't all that important either. So these are the two big quests that are time limited. Was this one, and this one up here. Once they're solved, we should be okay.
Yet another obstacle.
This condition is irrational.
We could spend some time healing everybody, but there's where we're headed is the fight is not as hard as what we've been dealing with. So we should be okay. We can heal them more if it looks like we need to, but I don't think we're going to. This is saying we're all fatigued. We need to rest. Okay, this is the mansion. We are going to have to heal a few people or they're all going to drop dead on us. Let's see if we have any spells that can help us with that. I doubt it.
Well,
We stand.
Why did this all reset, by the way? Oh, she finally got her healing energies, which are really nice. Oh, and she got her spells too that we didn't bother with. I don't think we hit up anybody's spells. Don't smoke. It's bad for you.
what's on your mind? I wonder.
Meditate on your mistakes.
Trust in yourself.
Might make you feel better.
Let's drag this. This is her healing ability, not a spell. We can use that right now, actually.
Am I doing it wrong?
You only get to use it once on them, but I mean, it's free magic, so.
I'm always open to ideas.
Alright. Bring up her self buffs up there. Oops. Let's heal ourselves a little bit. We won't super heal ourselves to full because we don't have a number of potions for it. We've really burned through a lot of potions. I think we were at close to 60 potions when we started this. Alright, that should be good enough. Spellbook stuff. Doesn't look like it. Yep. Here's a spell that we can learn. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. You find out something a little funny about the two guys that are dead in here. But we'll get to that in a minute. There are a couple of demons that we need to kill right here.
I'll cut you wide open.
Did we find trouble? No. They did.
kind of thought there was a hidden item in here, but I guess not. We're not making any perception checks, right?
I will guard.
Alright. We're gonna go into this party. Meet Darian or Damon or Demon or... I can't remember his dang name. He's another one of our companions. He's an oracle as well, but he's a different type of oracle than I am. And I don't really like to use him very much. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a tough fight. Let's let everybody branch off on their own. Let's cast... We're going to cast Light of the Angels. The best thing here is that we've got a lot of help and a lot of targets. So, it all works out pretty well. Now we can
It went splendidly.
speak to a couple of people. Before we speak to him, which is Darren, I think is how you pronounce his name, we're going to go speak to her. She is the completion
Success worthy
of that
praise.
quest we took inside the town. So you ask, who is she? Why is she here? You find out that. Ask if she can get out on her own. She said yes, and that's the end of that. Now we need to go back to the town on the way back up to the tower.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house, Count Darren Kale. Myriad mellifluous
So,
monikers are
Darren is...
No need to introduce yourself.
He's a crazy character. His personality is a trip. He's into all kinds of crazy stuff. As you just saw, he was throwing a huge party with all kinds of courtesans and stuff all over the place, dancing and stuff. He's, you know, he's just into all kinds of sins and stuff like that. And if you look at his character, he's actually evil. Even though he doesn't appear or act really evil, he is an evil character. And it is marked on his character sheet.
Thrice-damned demon cannot. It seems as though Discari's occasion was as a. I had.
I'm not.
That. I'm sorry if I failed. I have. I think.
Your civility knows no bounds.
Of course. Where are my manners? I thank you. What's?
So he says he'll join us.
Myself.
You can ask everybody,
He doesn't look like a whiner.
and then deal. But we're not going to take him. We're just going to let him go. He doesn't provide any assistance at the moment. I'm surprised there's still a courtesan in.
Focus.
They usually all run out. We can try to climb over this, but it doesn't lead anywhere. It just takes us outside.
Watch out for trouble.
We're gonna bail. Oh, remember I told you there was a funny story? So there's these two guys that Darren says were his guards that stepped off to be with each other, and they came in here, and I guess during that that action, which is why they look naked almost, they were killed. So just something. Alright, that takes care of that. We need to go back to the town to turn in that quest, and then we're going to head right to the Black Tower. Hopefully we don't get stopped too much. Black Library, and we're good on the time-limited stuff. So, to get there, we just need to go directly to the library. That's the, to the temple. That's the best place. Our characters should make that run themselves. We've already handled all the enemies here. So it should... Oh, right. We need to talk to this guy. I almost forgot. During that conversation with the chick, she told you there was a guy, and he was hiding out. So if you show him this, Shaw, he'll admit who he is. And then, remember I told you Hara didn't actually go all the way back to the thing? Because here he is. He's like, hey, dude, what's your problem? Always looking for enemies. Always being... You can have him arrested. We're not going to. We're just going to say torturing the boy for nothing. Show him the light so he backs off. And he does. Like, behold, I am epic. Back off right now. Now we'll go to the temple, turn in that quest. This is also where you will pick up another mythic path. You will pick up the Trickster's path in this area. I think it's the Trickster. No, it's not. It's the Fae. It's the Fae one. I forget the name of it, but we'll find out in just a minute. But it's the fairy one that you pick up here. We can turn in that one quest, which is I managed to get him to back down. Says thank you. Complete that quest. I found and rescued your adepts. Thank you, and we're done. That quest is finished. Go inside the church. You'll see them standing here. Go collect these books and stuff real quick. Fanfare was the name of that book. We'll read it just in case it's home that we learn something from. It was Fanfare. Don't think it is, but you never know. No, it's not. Alright, let's go talk to these three adepts. And this is where you find out they didn't mean to hurt anybody. They didn't mean to cause problems. Now, if you listen to them singing in silence, the story will move along just fine. If you commit a chaotic action here, you will unlock the path to the ferry. This takes you into a dreamlike state where you are in a Fae-like world. And you can choose how to handle the situation, but you want to unhurriedly... Well, how I usually do it is I just kind of mosey on through. You ask where you are, who these Fae are, how did you get here, and then what you say here matters as well, I believe, because you could say a lot of different things. I always tend to say, I wish I could stay here forever. It's real peaceful and tranquil. And here you go. You open up this mythic path. Again, it says requires. It should say opens. But they're like, are you sure you want to stay here? And you're like, heck yeah, I do. And you open up this mythic path. So the only mythic path we didn't open so far, and we could have, that's been available to us, is the demon. And we could have opened that mythic path at the beginning, if you remember correctly, when you unleash your rage. That takes care of everything in town. So we need to bail. We'll just come right to this exit. We can confirm our quest that we've been completing. So this one is... Oh, this is about asking about the dreams that we're having. Stolen Moon will be completed when we go and speak with Wolf back in the tavern. A Friend in Need. Let's see. Jana Adori was found in the streets. Oh, right. This will be completed when we go back to the tavern, the keep. Outcast. This will be completed when we go back to the keep. Cold Waters. We won't be able to complete this for a while. This is where we go to that chill town up in the corner. We won't be able to complete that for a while. Be prepared. This is the time limit that we're fighting against. The demons are coming. Hurry up and get what you need done before they make their attack. Common cause. Okay, so you can see this is another one of the time limit spell things. We have 2. There are 3 people that will join the Grey Garrison in the attack. That's what we're going to go handle now, is to get the 3rd group. The Burning City is the Blackwing Library. This is to find the Storyteller. We need to go there anyways. So we're going to get 2 quests in one go. Spies on the ranks. We will complete this when we go back to the Grey Heart. This was us going to the Tower of Ostad, which we did at the beginning, and killing them. This was a time-limited mission as well. Gwen's family secrets, or Guarm's family secrets. We won't complete this. It's not time limited though, but we won't complete this for a bit after the attack. That's the mansion. Remember when at the beginning we had to go back to the mansion? He paid us to go get rid of all the demons in his mansion. So that's all of our quests. Most of them will be completed soon. And we're just going to run up and leave. We're going to the library next. Same thing, we'll drop off some armor. We can get rid of these ever torches. We should be okay. And it looks like we can come back. We can swing by here and pick up the armor later. So we're not going to lose out on that money either. Nice. Let's go to the library. Hope we don't get attacked too many times. Or fail our time limit. We haven't rested, so we shouldn't miss our time limit. We're not going to grab this cult stuff. Because we just need to get to this library before it's too late. We made it. We did the time limited stuff. This is where you open up the trickster path. So we'll save it here. And this is where we can open up the trickster path for those of you interested in following the mythic path of the trickster.
I found something.
So you run in, you see these guys all sitting there. They're about to be burned at the stake. And they appear to be crusaders, but they're not crusaders. You ask what happened to the library. Demons showed up and scared everybody off. Why do you want to burn these guys? Because they're bad. And then you can start making your checks. Perception. And this tells you that they are acting strange, right? You can do religion. Failed that one. We can do athletics and run over and punch him. Or what we're going to do is right here. Requires trickster mythic path. It should say open. It's going to open the trickster's path for us. And then you'll act like you are part of the cultist and that you are a high-ranking member of it. You give him a really strange name. They're all scared of you. They're all like, oh my gosh. Now you can say, report, who are you? They tell you that they are from, that they're deserters, pretty much. And that they want to join the cults. But they haven't joined the cult yet. And, you know, Nino is pretty much like, I can't believe they're falling for this nonsense. Now, you can be evil here and be like, we don't accept anybody into the cult, you know, into the army. You have to prove yourselves. Only one of you get out of here. Or you can change his name, right? And tell him that he needs a proper name. So you're going to rename him to Foul Snout, which we're going to do. And he's all excited about that. Now we're going to listen to our gut, and we're going to say, stop wasting valuable fuel. If you like burning books, go to the Grey Garrison, which is our ultimate target at the end, filled with bad guys, and burn their library. The enemies will sneak in on that side. Step on it. Go there, right? Remember, these guys are just idiots, so they're like, okay, we'll go there right away and get that done. And they leave. And you saved all of these guys, which is important because during the Grey Garrison attack, they're going to help you. So it's really cool. They cast like a super long haste spell on you. We'll go up and free them. If they got burned, you would not get them. Here's the storyteller. If you guys have played Kingmaker, you would recognize him from Kingmaker. And then the Crusaders are like, thank you for saving us. You go through and ask them different questions. We will slow down on speed racing through all this stuff, but we're still at the beginning. And as I said, I've gone through this so many times that I just don't want to read it all over again. So we can tell them to go back to the Defender's Heart and help fight. And they head that direction. That gives us our common cause. That's the last group you can find. Before we bail with the storyteller, we're going to run around and collect all this stuff that's in the library.
This experiment has gone awry.
So we failed to identify that. Looks like...
Hide from me.
Oh, we got some hidden stuff over here. There's stuff all over here. There's a hidden wall back here that we unlocked. It's got a magic quarterstaff. Nice. And there's
A failure is just a step to a success.
we failed that knowledge check as well. It's a statue of somebody that we don't know. If you come all the way to the back of the library, there's more books, stuff. We will check to see if any of these books actually give us skills. I can't remember if they do or not. Picked up some magic armor there. And we're done. That's pretty much everything in the library. We don't have any items that are super valuable to us, but it's going to be worth a lot of money, thankfully. The armor we picked up is padded armor of focus. It's got a high dexterity bonus. You know, you can keep your dex. 5% chance to arcane spell failure and a +2 to concentration checks. Unfortunately, no one can use this armor. So that would make any good use of it. So it's of no consequence to it. Let's check those books, and let's also check these spells that we picked up. We picked up a couple of scrolls. Is that haste? No, it's graceless. We'll copy these scrolls into our spell book. You right click, just go down to copy scroll. Oh, there's another one. What's this one? Deuce. Person. I don't know which one she has and which one doesn't, so just faster for me to go through each one and right click on it. Now let's go to the books. We'll click on our character. Right click, go to info, make sure only one character is selected, and if they can offer you a skill, you will learn the skill from the book. Do not know if any of these books offer skills. We already found the one book that gave us a skill, but I don't know if these ones do as well. We'll just read them all. Now we can find out by checking here. We did. We learned 1, 2, 3, 4 different skills from those books. So to find out what those skills are, you open up your character, you go to abilities, and you will see them here as books. We already had this one, which is a +1 attack and damage with the glaive. This one is a +1 for shields. This one is a +1 AC against dragons. This one is a +1 competence bonus against saving throws against swarms, which actually comes in help here in a little bit. This one is a +1 competence bonus for attacks, damage with all natural attacks. if we knew more about these, I would have spread them out to where they could be more helpful for people, but we might as well just have our character learn everything. We've picked up everything in the library, so let's talk to the storyteller and escort him back to Defender's Heart. We can do that with no time passing, which is why we're doing it. Now, some auto stuff's going to happen. We're going to talk to her about her friends. Remember we met the friends in the town, the little dude that was robbing corpses? They're all here. This is going to, you just go through, you talk to them, you find out who they are. They're pretty cool people. It's really neat. They've got a nice little story, and I think that's intentional. They want you to relate to these characters. They want you to get to know who they are. Because later you deal with them again, and their story changes. So they want you to be able to follow that. You ask why she wanted to talk to you, and she's given you a quest. They find you'll help. Basically, she lost a ring, I believe. One of them, or she did, lost a valuable ring that they want you to help find. But you won't be able to do that now. You'll have to wait until later. And you completed the other quest. Now we need to go back here. Talk to Wuff, or whatever his name is.
Look, Chief, I got something
To complete that tiefling quest we did earlier. And he has that necklace that they accused him of stealing that he swore he didn't steal. So you're like, you betrayed them?
No, of course I did think about it. Since that night, do you really know?
This works out really well, though, because he has,
What?
he tells you why this amulet's so important to him.
Ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back. Sister, whatever you... So...
What he does, though, is he has connections to the Thieves Guild, and you can use him for a shop. So now that we've talked to him and finished his quest, we can say, what do they have to sell? They never have much. I've never seen anything super useful here. I mean, they have, if you were playing a critically hit chance character, they have the S-Stock of Purity, which is a pretty good weapon. You know, this weapon is really good for critical hits. They have a magic quarterstaff here, but nothing really of super value. Some wands that aren't too bad, but I've never found a use for his store. But he does have a store. Oh, we need to talk to this dude to finish that quest. He's the one that was having us hunt down that chick, that drow that we met. You tell him that you know she's a drow, and you can see that, you know, in a single instance, his face looks impassive, where, you know, he's not happy. Tell him that you met her, claims that she doesn't serve the demons, he says she's lying, and you're done. That quest is...
Keep your calm.
Let's sell some of this stuff real quick. Bulk selling. Come over here. Sell all these items that we don't need, because we're going to do some shopping this time. Now, we already have a magical glaive, and the one that we're storing in our chest is for the cleric we're going to pick up later. This one is not as good, so we're just going to sell it. And nobody can really use any of these items that we have. We could make use of the magic quarterstaff. But we're not going to. I don't want my wizards running up and physically striking people. I prefer that they stay back. If the staff gave us something at a distance, then we would use it. We're going to get rid of these armors because nobody can use them. This is that kinetic head here for your kineticists. We don't need that either because we don't have any kineticists. Scroll-wise, we're going to get rid of all of the inflict wounds. I don't use them. They're not very helpful to me. But we're going to keep everything else. We did pick up a wand of remove disease. We have a wand of healing. And yeah, that's it. So 25 grand is what we made on that. Not including the items that are still sitting in town. I don't think he has any magic that we need. It's the other guy that sells the stuff. So
There are many roads to success.
let's come over here real quick. We'll thank him. Oh no, I guess not yet. Talk to Darian. Go through his life story. Again, I've done these, so I'm not reading them over. But you just kind of find out that, you know, he kind of a live by the seat of his pants. He doesn't like the queen. He kind of insults everybody and doesn't really mean to. You can ask his opinion on things. He's a party member, so he's got a lot to say. We will be paying attention to what these stories are and what they're saying later in the game. We can talk to the storyteller that completes the quest, and we go through. Now, even in Pathfinder, I never liked the storyteller. Because that's all he does. He just tells stories and gives background. But it looks like they fixed him a little bit to make his stories more relevant to, you know, to the current situation. Like, we have that purple knife. We got that when we were in town and we went to the broken tower and had that vision. We picked up the purple knife. And then it says he can examine it and tell you more about it. It's been used to kill people. It's been used to murder people. It's a bad knife. So you ask him if it belonged to a demon. And you find out you finished the burning quest. Tell him that you shared his vision about the knife. This is where you're asking about Finral or whatever the intelligent weapon is. Show him the knife again. Now you've got Radiance, and you ask him to give you history on Radiance. Which he does. You see the future of the sword. Radiance is that magic sword we found. It's one of the best weapons in the game. You just have to hold on to it, even though it doesn't appear so now. So you should definitely keep it on your character at all times. Like, don't put it in a storage box. Don't sell it. You can ask about the scales. Remember, you need at least one if you want to follow the path of the Mystic Dragon. And you find out that the dragon who died at the beginning of the game was actually kind of mean. She had a lot of anger in her. And then this is where we talk about the weapon and who he is. Now, this buckle, in order for us to get the buckle, which I wish we could do because it's really helpful, you have to have 5 of these glowing balls, and I think we've only found 2 so far. You ask him if you can help, and that starts his storyteller quest. There are some elven secrets that he wants you to collect, these little notebooks. Ask him more about himself. And then you can ask about the library, what he was doing there. And that's it. Whoa. Uh-oh. What's happening?
Never stop learning.
I can't do anything. I don't know what's happened. Pushed a button. Oh, I think I might be crashing or something. I pushed a button, the whole thing has gone crazy. That's gonna suck. All right. Well, I can't even get it back into my stream. I can't close this page. I can't get out of this. I'm gonna have to do a hard reset. Thank you everybody for joining me. We ran a little long today. I won't try to fix this stuff while we're on stream, so it's just one of those things, you know, you learn as you go, and I am definitely learning as I go. I'm not great at this, but I'm hoping that you found it entertaining. You had a good time. I'm sorry that this crash just happened. I don't know what caused it or what button I pushed that made this happen, but I can't get out of this brain at all, so that's going to be it for our stream. Sorry, can't give you a proper closing. I can't even get out of this page. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching us. We will be streaming again, but tomorrow I have an upgrade coming for my internet, so my streaming is not going to be correct. I'll go in there and try to edit that and see if I can change the schedule so nobody's expecting me. And we will continue this story from wherever it lets us. I have no idea when the last time we were able to save is, and I'm not able to save now. So I suppose these things happen. You can't predict it all. Stay positive, stay healthy, and be safe, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.